What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train. As usual, hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see, we got another newcomer here, my guy Josh. Josh, what's up with you, man?
What's going on? Glad to be here. Glad to be here and part of the talking conversation.
Appreciate you. And as y'all can see, y'all know him, you love him. You see him damn near every time you come on the video. Chris, how's everything with you, baby?
What's good, bro? How you, fam?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Because we got a few things to talk about with this NBA off season. Got a few things to talk about with this NBA all season. Josh, since your team was just in the finals, and y'all do have some possibilities this off season. For those of y'all who don't know, he's a Miami Heat fan. What who's your biggest acquisition? And we hear Damian Lillard, but is it Dame or is there somebody else that you personally want to get?
A lot of people might call me crazy. Damian Lillard is a great player. Love his game. But I think the Miami Heat has been thriving on, and you can look from top down on just work ethic. And I'm not saying Damian Lillard is not a great work ethic type of player, but when you look at this roster, you had a bunch of players who were just ready to work. They were just, in the press conference, we don't care if you pick us. You had Caleb Martin. Nobody knew who he was pretty much until the playoffs started. You had what's his name?
No.
Highsmith. You had what's his name? Cody Zeller came in at sometimes. Duncan Robinson. And when you first heard of the Miami Heat team, you would have thought Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, or even Tyler Hero or Bam Adebayo too. But I have become a strong advocate of Gabe Vincent. I've liked his game. He's an undersized point guard, but he can shoot the ball. He can handle it well. He can shoot consistent free throws. I personally would not be mad if we didn't go after Damian Lillard. He would be a huge acquisition for the team. I just don't want to give up too much that jeopardizes our bench as well. Personally, I want us to go after or develop Jovic. We drafted him last year.
Yes.
I know we just got Jaime from UCLA as well,
I like him.
who will be a
I
good
like him.
asset
I
for
like
us
him.
too. So if we were to go after Dame, I don't want to give too much up. Like I said, if we can re-sign Caleb Martin, work on what we have now, I'm completely fine with that. Pat Riley knows what he needs to do. Eric Spoelstra, one of the better coaches in this league right now. I can't really say if we don't get Damian Lillard, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna tweet like Bron. It must be me, or it must be how I am. But I think we need to develop more in-house and just compete with what we got rather than just trying to go out and get a big time all-star. Because sometimes, as you've seen, when you go out and trade for a big time all-star and they don't produce, now they're on the trading block again and again and again.
Yeah. No, I think Dame's contract makes that a little tricky. Plus, y'all do have a good little team in place. Don't get me wrong. I think Dame fits that
Oh
team and
yeah.
definitely takes pressure off someone like Jimmy Butler too. But I mean, Dame, Jimmy, Bam. I don't know. Actually, I mean, sometimes I be feeling like that might be a little nice contingent squad. But I get you too. You need depth in this league, especially with the amount of talent that's developing as well too. I can't definitively say those three players are going to get me over the hump. Like people are already saying, Bradley Beal and them not going to get you over the hump, and that's four All Star potential
Yeah.
players right there. So
Yeah.
I do get that as well. You said
Yeah.
so you said improve Jovic, or pretty much just improve the team, so player
Yeah.
development.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
think when you look at the past teams who've had a great championship run and won the championship, they
Mhm.
have star players, but they're always able to counter anything with their bench. You look at who had Denver winning this year. When their starters were out, their bench kept up. And I mean, that's something that talked about with the Lakers series. And when Miami was playing them, their bench did solid effort. They had Christian Brown. I think he had 10 points off the bench one game and then had 8. It was just, he played very small, but he maximized his time. You had Bruce Brown as well. So it's like a lot of these teams, even last year, Jordan Poole coming off the bench, giving you 20, 19, 18 sometimes. There's people coming off the bench that's really like being pivotal in these postseason series. So I think the key to winning a championship now is developing a good bench.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta develop your whole team end of day because I mean you can rely on stars, but like stars also do fall short at some point in time, and these other teams
Yeah.
got stars that they own, so you gotta always have a good team in place. A good bench always goes a long way. Okay, okay. If there was one player that you say you could get though, because again, Jimmy is getting older now. I
Yeah.
mean, Bam looked all right. Bam looked
Uh,
cool, but amongst the NBA ranks, I don't have Bam at my top 10.
mhm,
I don't. I gotta see if I put him top 15, like
mhm.
maybe. But is there a person in mind that you would like to say, okay, I could take that chance on him and we might be able to like get rid of some of the bench players and it works out like maybe a Paul George, maybe you want to get a little like frisky with Kawhi, maybe you want to take Braun off our hands, like who, like, is there anybody in the NBA that you say could be realistic?
I see. The thing is, I feel like Miami's biggest problem came with battling in the center position from sometimes. They did good with Boston since Boston had no really good center. They had old
Oh,
Al Horford, but
yeah.
he's up in age. Robert Williams, he can't shoot, so it's not like we had to go against a center that can stretch the floor. I mean, I would love for us to go out and get a center that can stretch the floor or play, perimeter defense. Bam is a good player, but he's a small center. That's why I'm saying if we could develop Jovic, he's a 6'11", 7-footer almost. He
Mhm.
can shoot, spread the floor, he can move laterally. But if we were to go out and get a big name player in the market, I think Damian Lillard would fit the scheme that I would want us to. He could stretch the floor. We could have somebody like Gabe Vincent maybe coming off the bench backing him up if we get him under contract. But I think if that were to be the one player, that would probably be Damian Lillard.
Interesting. Okay, okay. Let me ask you this. What if there was a way where y'all could just get Miles Turner? You get a young big to pair with Bam, and you get him to kind of help out with Jimmy too on the defense. Now Jimmy can worry about more perimeter play, and you funnel him down to the interior where you got Bam and Miles Turner, and then you give up a player like Jovic who actually might fit the timeline more so with someone like a Therese Halliburton and Benedict Mathurin because they are younger players, and you now also save on cap space. If y'all could make that sort of deal happen, would that be more appealing than a Damian Lillard?
I'm hesitant to do that because I've seen what Jokic has done, and I'm hopeful that Jovic can do the same thing somehow, some way. I
Mm,
mean, Miles Turner is a good big, but Um, I'm not too sold on how he could help us our team because I know Bam he can move laterally. That's not the
yeah,
problem. The problem is we need shooting on the perimeter from a center as well.
but Miles
Miles Turner he
shooting
can stretch the
problem
floor a
too.
little bit, but it kind of be having a little bit of Bam and Miles Turner on the court at the same time, that
Mhm.
a lot of people would try to attack that pick and roll, get a guard on that, and kind of we would have to either rotate and switch or something about that. I wouldn't have much problems with Bam. Miles Turner would be a little bit more questionable. But I mean, Miles Turner would it could possibly work, but like I said, if it's up to me, I'm trying to develop more in house than trying to go out and see what we need to get.
Okay, okay. I see. I don't be thinking about y'all defense. One, I think Turner would be all right enough to move them puppies. But two, y'all be using that zone a lot. Like I got a Celtics
Yeah,
fan that really be complaining about y'all zone. So
yeah,
y'all zone be working on him. He be causing him fit. So I think you could, but I also get it too. You bring Dame, you get that
yeah,
star power. Again, from a contract perspective, man, this brother's about to be like 35, getting
yeah.
60 mil. That's
And that's
disgusting.
yeah,
Miles Turner is 26, about to
mhm,
get like 28 or something like that, or 18. Like I'm like, you
yeah,
know what?
and I think that's off his contract extension he had too.
Mm, yeah,
But
so
yeah, Damian Lillard, he has a huge contract, and I mean, that's pretty much the same reason why Bradley Beal went for such a low price as he did. He has his injury history. His
yeah,
contract is just
yeah,
outrageous. I think it was like he had the only player who was active that had a no trade clause,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's
Him and Cole.
making really really much, and he hasn't even been healthy the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, no, it's been he's been robbing me. Like I picked him up for fantasy basketball this year, and it hurts
Mm,
so much. It hurts so much, dude.
yeah,
But I mean, y'all should have a solid off season. Y'all should have a solid off season. But fellas, I greatly appreciate this. I appreciate y'all coming on the show. Chris, you already know how this. So you already know how this goes. So and you already gave people some thoughts later on at the end of the show on AMP. So Josh, you got anything you want to say before we close up shop?
Nah, man, I'm just glad to be here and pitching my thoughts and efforts when I can.
Nah, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. You're definitely more than welcome to come on the show anytime. If you ever got some topics you want to talk about, get off your chest, feel free. You're more than welcome. With that, ladies and gentlemen, hope you all enjoyed it and tune in next time. Take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here.